Come on in. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Hey, come on in. Sunday Night Live. Hey. Sunday Night Live. Hey. Where my singles at? Where my singles at? Come on in the room, singles. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I guess the broadcast, however you want to say it. Come on in. Come on in. Make sure you give StreamYard permission so I can see y'all comments. I don't have my other phone on me. So I hope I can see you guys' comments. You guys go ahead and start commenting. Okay, Sheena, I see your comments. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I just try to put a little something on. Listen, because I don't begin dressed every day in these quarantine streets. Your girl just don't begin dressed. I am super excited, y'all. I'm excited. I'm preparing another challenge for you. Shout out to my mentor, one of my business coaches, who's amazing, had inspired me to do the Soulmate Challenge. And now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. And so I'm going to be dropping a link, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about that, about the Soulmate Challenge. It's going to be 4 days where we're going to be preparing and positioning for your soulmate, and I am excited about it. So in addition to that, I just want to answer any questions you guys have, any questions you all have. I want to take a moment to answer those questions. This is Single Night Live. It's kind of like unscripted. It's really just a time for you. If you've had a question that's burning on your spirit, on your heart that you want to ask, this is the place. I love just answering raw, direct questions. Now, this is what I had on my little video. Don't come for me if I didn't send for you. Anybody, I am married. Trying to get let me not put my business in the streets and giving nobody no wrong ideas or wrong messages. And today, I just thought this was cute, right? I just thought this was cute. All right. So I got to keep my business where my business belongs. I see Shayna. I can, you know what? I can get my phone, but the only problem is I still could hear the broadcast, and I don't know what other live is. Let me see if I can figure out how I can see some more comments. You guys, if you can, it must be a link that says give StreamYard permission to see your comments. That would be very helpful. That would be very helpful so I can see your questions, okay? All right. So did I introduce myself? No. Hey, y'all. I'm your girl, Joe Bullock. I am a life transformation scientist, marriage prep coach, here to help you to create a life you love and attract and keep the love of your life. I am honored to be the co-founder with my sister of VE Transform Networks and actually our online university. And we have Wifey Camp in the making. That's going to be launching to come. Keep your ears and eyes open for that. But that's right now the community of amazing people I'm serving, and I'm super excited. So listen, you guys, I'm all about really, did I already say this? Helping you to create a life you love and attract and keep the love of your life. Like, that's the thing. And so what I know to be true is too often, especially for the women, we spend so much time and energy pursuing everything else. Spending all this time pursuing our entrepreneurial journeys, spending all this time pursuing our careers and all these other goals we have, and we making it happen. But when it comes to preparing for wifeship, when it becomes preparing to be a bride, when it becomes prepared, to be in a posture of marriage, our list is really weak, right? our energy, our effort is a little light. So we want to shift that. We want to shift that. Hey, Mika, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. So I don't even know if I'm ready to really drop the link because I know I was still adding a couple things to my pages and getting everything with the registration page and everything for the Soulmate Challenge a go. And I don't think it's quite ready. I feel like I need to do a couple more tweaks. So, but I at least want you guys to know that it's coming. Was going to start on the 11th, but it may start on the 18th, but it's going to be starting very soon. So just keep your ears and eyes open. Keep your ears and your eyes open for the Soulmate Challenge. It's going to be all that and a bag of chips. Okay, you're not going to want to miss it. So let me see. I see you, Mika. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saying, hey, beautiful sister friend. I see Mercy saying, hey, you guys make sure you give StreamYard permission to see your comments. I'm going to try to sneak and see if I can see them in another platform, but we make no promises tonight. So what questions do you guys have for me tonight? That's what I want to know. What questions do you have for me tonight? Let's see. It's not letting me get good comments. Hey, Abigail, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, I'm trying to see if I see any questions from you guys. Oh, guys, it's taking forever as Facebook like to do sometimes. No, I don't see any questions. All the questions are pretty much coming up. Y'all ain't got no questions for me? Okay, well, let me see what, I was in the single room and see what things were coming up. What are you afraid of? So she said, I need to freshen up my lipstick, by the way. She said, I'm going to do it right here. Is that okay? She said, I am ready to date, but I am afraid. I'm going to talk to that. I want you to tell me what you're afraid of, but I'm going to speculate until you give me that answer. This lipstick is the truth, y'all. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Let me know if you want some. I'll send you to my friend Tanya Harris. She can get you this lipstick. It's the bomb diggity. Okay. So if you're saying that you're ready to date, but you're afraid, what I would speculate and say that fear is a fear of failing, fear of meeting somebody else, throwing your whole heart, mind, and soul into that relationship, for the relationship to fail, for that person to reject you, for that person to abandon you, for that person to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? For the ultimate result not to come out. And even if that person don't reject you per se, or don't abandon you, for that person to cheat on you and betray you. So these are the things that oftentimes we fear as it pertains to relationships. But I'm going to say something crazy that you're going to be like, what to what? I'm going to say don't fear those things as much. But you should, to some degree, prepare yourself for them. And not just in your relationship with somebody of the opposite sex, but just in life. Yes? Because really, if you've had any friend for any amount of time, for the most part, or many, I'm not going to say any, the majority of people, if you know them long enough, there's going to be moments where you feel like they abandoned you. There's going to be moments when you feel like they rejected you. There's going to be moments where you feel like they have betrayed you. I mean, I don't know too many relationships where I haven't gone through all these different phases in that relationship. So sometimes we resist the inevitable because it's going to be inevitable. One thing I can almost guarantee you, that in your relationships, somebody's going to betray you. In your relationships, somebody's going to reject you. It is going to happen. The question is not about, oh my God, or even the thing about, oh, I'm going to be afraid and I'm not going to show, I'm not going to give myself because this might happen. It's not so much if it's going to happen, it's really when. Now, what I'm not saying is that every relationship you get on to and the man can't be faithful and he's going to betray you. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying we need to stop expecting people to walk on water and start operating and moving. And listen to this, learn to grow in grace, right? When we learn to grow in grace, this is us learning how to leave room for people to make mistakes. Now, again, we have to know where that line is and what line they cannot cross. But we got to learn how to give grace. We absolutely have to learn how to give grace and not, hold people to such a high standard that they can't even meet that standard. Right? And sometimes we hold people at a higher standard and then we go, oh, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Sometimes we holding people at a higher standard than we're holding ourselves. Oh, come on, somebody. Sometimes we're holding other people at a higher standard than we're actually holding ourselves. So I don't know if I touched the fear that you have, Shayna. So let me know if I touched that fear that you're afraid of. But I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do. And this is actually like the whole thing of fear is actually something I'm extremely passionate about. I haven't been talking about it as much. And I said I was going to do a series when I never did or haven't done it yet. But listen, we have to forget fear. Or I like to say, I don't want to give my thing away, but I'll just say it that way. Oftentimes I'd be like, F fear, right? F fear. And when I say that, I mean, forget fear. Like, let that thing go, because fear will become a problem. Let me tell you, fear will cause you to operate in fear. Thank you, Holy Spirit, speaking to me. Fear calls on the lower part of yourself. Okay, listen. When you allow fear to resonate or reside in your mind, right? And you think about all the things that you're afraid of, and you allow just all these negative thoughts to permeate in your mind, it causes you to operate in your lowest level of yourself. Because it's not even a spirit that's not from God. Because what does God say? He says, God has not given you, I think it's 2 Timothy 1:7. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you haven't, I can double check it. But God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of a love, power, and a sound mind. He has not given you the spirit of fear. So if you have fear, it's not coming from God. It's contrary to God, and it's not his will for your life. Because what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of being alone? God said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. Huh? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of failing. There's really no failure, only lessons. So sometimes we have fears, but really at the end of the day, when we look at what am we really afraid of? And I get it, because I used to be that same way. And I tell you, when I used to operate in fear, and when you operate in fear, it drives you to a higher level of insecurity. And the more insecure you are, the more unattractive you are, the lower caliber of mate you will attract to your life. The more confident you are, the more secure you will be, the higher level mate that you will attract in your life. So we have to resist fear, or F fear, like I like to say, F it. Forget about it. That's what I mean when I say F it. Let me be clear, right? So forget about it. Don't allow it to dominate your life. And I oftentimes take women, and I will be doing when I speak at the Black CEO conference, I will be walking you guys through those processes of how to break fear. Maybe I'll give a snippet of it in the Soulmate challenge. And I don't even think we went over that in the emotional detox challenge. So I do have that too. Maybe I'll include it in the Soulmate challenge. We'll see. I really haven't revealed it that much, and not to the level of depth that I like to go into it. But it's a important thing that we do, and some important work that we do. I see you, Regina. She's saying growing in grace. So, okay, sis, afraid of betrayal, heartbreak. Yeah, and the thing is this is what I teach in my Ready for Marriage Academy, which actually we're going to be doing we're going to be starting another group up here in a few weeks in the Ready for Marriage Academy. What I teach my students is this. Before, Sheena, when you got into relationships, you was almost like you had a blindfold on. I ain't got no blindfold. I got $1. This is actually Karen dollar that my nephew gave me that she left in my house. Okay, so listen, it's like you walking around. This is what you used to do in the past. Walking around like you got blindfolds on, and then you would say, "Oh yeah, I trust you. I don't know much about you, but I trust you. I'm gonna give you everything. I haven't assessed you. I don't know you. I don't know your motives. I don't understand your background. I don't know your character. I don't even know the God that you serve, but I trust you. Yeah, I trust you." We were operating blindly. We were operating foolishly. Now it's time to pivot. And now when you go into relationships, rather than going and walking blind, right? Now you got your eyes wide open. I declare and decree that God removed the scale from your eyes so you can see, right? And so now when you trust, you're trusting based off of earned trust, based off a demonstration and someone proving to you that they're worthy of your trust. So you're not just giving trust 100% and just throwing it, here's my heart, here's everything, go for it. No, it's not even biblical. The word of God says what? Guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it comes the issue, flows the issue of life. And that is in so many ways it's talking about guard the issue of your heart, with your ear, eye gates and everything is the issue of your heart, right? So we got to be this in this season. You're no longer going to blindly trust people. People are going to earn your trust. People are going to earn your trust based on demonstration, based on proven results, basing on them showing you, I am trustworthy. See, sometimes in the past, we've given people too much trust, too much of ourselves. We put too much stock in them because they was fine, because they had money, because we like the idea of a relationship, and we had no process to vet this person to see if they was who they say they were, right? So now as you approach relationships, you got to do it differently, right? I say there's 3 things, you guys, that you absolutely have to do in this season of singleness. And my women of God, oftentimes we do some preparation, and our preparation, well, oftentimes is very single-handed, is all spiritual. And spiritual is good. But can I say, without being crucified tonight, that spiritual is not enough? I'm not saying that God is not enough, but I'm saying if you just focus time and energy only on spiritual growth and you don't work in the other modalities of life, because even your ability to grow in grace, which I just got there about a year or so ago, really to the level I want to be, and I'm still growing in grace, it required me to grow socially, emotionally, and in so many other areas, mentally, before I can grow in grace. It just being saved and declaring salvation and spending time with God, that alone, is not going to do it. Now, as people are exposing the word, because the word has everything you need, but how long will it take you to digest the word? Many of us are babes. Many of you are babes in Christ. And I know I was a babe in Christ for a very long time. And we can't digest the whole word and apply it to our lives so we can have fruitful and meaningful relationships. Let me see if you guys have another question. And as you guys are coming on, I do want to let you know that I have the challenge that's happening. I thought it was ready to drop the link. I'm not sure if it's ready to drop the link. I felt like I needed to add one more thing on there, and I don't think I've done it. So I'll be dropping that. If you want to join the challenge, just type challenge. And what I'll do is once I get it, I think I got to do a couple more things. I know I do. I got to do a couple more things before I'm ready to drop the link. But once I'm ready to drop the link, which will be in the next 24 hours, then I'll just tag you and say, here's the link to register for the challenge. It's going to be me, you, and whoever else joins the challenge, looking for hundreds of amazing women to join the challenge. And I just want us to really spend some intentional time praying and preparing for your soulmate. And we're going to talk about all things about whether, and I'll just be on talking about it because I have a whole schedule of topics I'm going to be talking about all week as it pertains to soulmate. Is soulmate even biblical per se? Did God, and in my emails also I'll be talking about it. Did God really have you a soulmate, or is that, do you choose or God choose? Like, who's doing the picking here? So we'll be talking all about that. I can take one more question. But I want you guys to get ready for the soulmate challenge. I was going to do it on the 11th. I may push it back to the 18th just because I want to make sure I have enough time to get the word out about it. And it usually takes us about 10 to 14 days to really get the word out about a challenge. And so it may be happening on the 18th. So mark your calendar, just mark it for both. 11th and the 18th at this time for 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what time that's going to kick off. Regina or anyone else, do any of you have a question? Thank you so much, Mika. I don't know if you're still on for tagging. Anybody can ask a question. You do have to give StreamYard permission so I can see your comments. But let me reset as you guys are I know somebody's coming up with a question. I love questions. I'll throw my whole self at answering your question to the fullest extent. Sheena, let me know if I answered your question. So this is your girl, Joe Bullock. I'm all about helping you to create a life you love and attract and keep the love of your life. I keep telling myself I'm going to drop the create the life you love. I just haven't found it in myself to do it yet because I just believe that that's part of the prerequisites. One of the things I live by, and if you heard it first from here, if you heard it from anybody else, they heard it first from me, is that, when you're dating, on both sides of the aisle, you want, as women, you want the guys to be think of your life as a house, right? And in that house, you living your whole best life. You happy, you're smiling, you're praying, you're worshiping, you're playing games, you having friends, you're just doing everything. It's your world. Your life is, if you can make I don't know if that's an analogy, a parallelism of, just saying that your life was a house. And just imagine somebody on the outside looking inside your house. It should be that they should be almost like banging down your door, knocking on your window, looking inside your house. Oh my God, her house is so amazing. Oh my God. I cannot wait to get it. I need to be a part of that because what she's doing over there is, oh my God. Like that's the type of experience we need to start creating in our lives to attract the level of mate that we want to attract in our lives, right? Your life should be fire, right? Because if they see that and they see your life on fire, and hopefully when you look in their window, you see their life on fire, right? Y'all get together and we're talking about unstoppable. And now you guys can start talking and having conversations about not meeting somebody where you are, but meeting somebody where you're going. Oh, let me go there for a moment because what I know to be true is too often, especially all people, believers are no exception. We meet people and marry people based off of where we are. Oh, I'm right here today. We right here. Oh, we equally yoked. We on the same page. Good, bound down. And we together. But are you guys headed in the same direction? Oh, come on through, God. Like, come on now. How many of you guys have been to the airport? And sometimes at the airport, oftentimes you don't always get a direct flight, right? You don't always get a direct flight. Sometimes you have to get a layover. And sometimes you get a layover. If you get a layover in Houston or you get a layover in Atlanta, oh my God. Come on, Holy Spirit. There are so many people at the airport. Come on, we're going to talk about Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport. You land in the Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport, and that is not your final destination. That's just where you're going to get your connection. But how many of you know there are hundreds, thousands of people who's going to be at the Atlanta Hartsfield Airport who's also trying to get their connection? So if you make the mistake and tag yourself with somebody at the layover, right? But they're not headed to the same destination that you're in, you can end up fooling with them and they'll take you on a detour to a different location you weren't even going. Now that's okay. if you okay on going to that location where they're going, and that's still a destiny that you desire and feel like that's aligned with what God had you to go. But it's problematic when you get in line and meet somebody at the Landing Hartford International Airport and you trying to take yourself to California, right? And they going to, I don't know, let's just say they going to New York. And so now y'all met because y'all end up at the same location in that moment in that time. But y'all didn't think about the destination and y'all didn't confirm, well, hold on. Yeah, that's our connecting flight. But hold on, my ticket says California. Oh, you're going to Cali. Oh, my ticket says New York. Oh, brother, it was nice to meet you, but we are headed in two different directions. I know we are here right now. I know this layover ended up being a lot longer than we expected it to be. I know we end up having conversations. I know they seem like it was all good and cool, but what I know for sure, sir, I'm headed to California. You're headed to New York. We're headed in two different directions. And even though we met in a specific point of time, this is we're on two different paths. Yes? Yes. All right. I'll take one more question and then I'm going to get off. I'm going to take one more question and get off. You guys do me a favor. If you want to be part of the Soulmate Challenge, it's free 99. You can join. It's going to be 4 days with your girl. Right? It'll be with me. And we're going to be doing everything from praying. We're going to be talking about the irrefutable. We're going to talk about different things you need to do to position yourself. I may go ahead and throw in my forgiveness formula and talk about the importance of, not forgiveness. I'm sorry, but my fear formula and how to give fear a black eye, because you absolutely got to let go of fear. You got fear. Fear ain't got no place in dating. Fear has no place in dating because fear is saying that let me tell you what fear said. I got to go back to that. Fear says that I don't trust myself enough, that if this doesn't go the way I want it to go, I don't trust myself enough to know that I have enough bounce back. Hold on. I got something better than that. I don't trust God enough to have the capacity to recover me. But God says he will not put more on you than you can bear. The word says, trust in the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy might. Lean not to thy own understanding, and always acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. My question again, my sis, what are you afraid of? And I say that to empower you, not to criticize or condemn you, because I used to deal with fear. And I'll tell you, fear will make you insecure. Because you're like, oh no, I'm not sure. Is he going to be faithful? Is he going to do this? Is he going to think I'm enough? But when you walk in confident to know who you are in God, right? And to know that you are worthy, that you can trust yourself enough to make a good judgment and choice in the partner you make, baby, now we're talking. Now, I'm going to tell you, for some of you guys you're going to get it on your own. Over, for me, 20 years of trying to figure it out, almost 2 decades, and it took a long time and doing a lot of research and reading and understanding and listening and growing. I went through a big personal transformational journey and all these things. I started my personal transformational journey in 2006. For real. I would say for real, intentionally, 2006. And I got married in 2012. That was 6 years of personal development that happened. Okay. So some people can do it on their own. But I believe that if you connect yourself with a coach, you can accelerate the results. That's just what I believe, right? And that's in part why I help coach women. I help with the personal development as well. Yes, it's effective. Sometimes it's a little longer. But when you go through a proven process, which is what the Ready for Marriage Academy is, then it accelerates the results. So I would be remiss if I didn't give you guys an opportunity for anybody who wants to talk with me and learn more about the Academy. I would be remiss if I didn't share it. So you just go to talkwithjill.com, and you can book a time for us to talk and see if the Ready for Marriage Academy is for you. I get so excited about the Ready for Marriage Academy. It ain't even funny. we have such a good time. So I gotten many testimonials about people's experience in it, and actually I'm going to get testimonials from all the amazing women that went through the last the last group, which was an amazing group. So anyway, you guys, I think that's my time. That's my time. Uh-oh. Don't look like nobody has any other questions. I think I've been on here for a good 30 minutes. If you want to get part of the challenge, yes, that was it, Regina. If we want to, if you guys want to be part of the challenge, type challenge. Okay, so I got two different things that I want you guys to do. One of the other things, either join the challenge or go to talkwithjill.com and talk with me about the academies for you. So if you already know you need a coach, if you like, I'm sick and tired of trying to do this on my own, this is exhausting, like I'm ready to invest in myself, I'm worth it, my future marriage is worth it, like let me talk to see if this is the right thing for me, then let's have that conversation. If you're like, I just need a little more information, I'm not ready per se to have a conversation about working with a coach, or, you know, I don't know if I need a coach, I just want to, you know, get in the challenge, in this type challenge. And you can do both. You can do both. Okay. All right, you guys. I'll talk with you soon, because even if you talk with me, yeah, I'll say that. So anyway, I'm going to get off, you guys. Have a good night. Be blessed. Talk to you soon.